A large crowd of people lined up bright and early outside Sacred Heart Catholic Church in downtown McAllen for a stunning announcement, an experience of a lifetime.
This was a real surprise. I kind of thought it might be George Stephanopoulos.
Lucky members of the community, most of them volunteers at the Sacred Heart Humanitarian Relief Center, were invited to a special event in McAllen, organized by ABC News. It was a virtual town hall with the most recognized religious leader in the world, Pope Francis himself. There were cheers and chants when the shocked crowd learned they would be having a one-on-one experience with the Holy Father. The ABC event is the most extensive access any American news outlet has had to the Vatican since Pope Francis became its leader. The network organized the event in secret and announced it shortly after the recording ended. MCN was the only local camera crew allowed inside the church during the taping.
Well, an extraordinary honor that the Holy Father chose this place to be one of the sites where he would do a live video conference, and so he could hear from the local community and to be able to give a responsive encouragement to all the good that goes on here. So I'm just overwhelmed by the power of it all.
World News Tonight anchor David Muir hosted the historic one-hour special from Rome. Sacred Heart was selected as one of only 3 sites nationwide. McAllen would go last. First, the Pope heard testimonials from LA and Chicago, even going so far as to ask a teenager bullied for a rare skin disorder to sing for him.
May I ask of you to sing a song for me?
Quiero que me eduques, que me enseñes a rezar. Hazme transparente, lléname de paz.
The event, dubbed the best-kept secret in McAllen, was staged in anticipation of Pope Francis's late September trip to the U.S. The live video teleconference gave the pontiff a chance to speak with people in places he wouldn't be able to visit. People like Ricardo Ortiz, who was flown into McAllen from Houston. The 19-year-old shared his experience as an immigrant. He told the Pope how he came to America at the age of 4 and struggled to support his family after his father became ill.
Having to support a family of 6 and having 4 younger brothers look up to you really made it hard on me. That being said, I never lost faith.
I never thought I was ever going to experience something like this. I never in my life would have thought that the Pope was going to talk to me and give me advice on what I should do and actually reflect on my story, and I'm very happy.
A joyous Pope Francis also heard from Vilma del Carmen of El Salvador, an immigrant housed at the Sacred Heart Respite Center who asked for a blessing for her son who has vision problems.
Vilma, ¿le quieres pedir una bendición al Santo Padre?
Sí, por favor.
Yes, please. Would you give my son your holy blessing so that his eyes could be cured?
Lo bendigo de todo corazón.
And then a stunning moment. The Holy Father went off script and singled out Sister Norma Pimentel, who he spotted in the crowd. He asked her to come to the front to thank her personally.
I couldn't believe it. It was like so beautiful and wonderful I never expected him to single me out and to call me and say to come. And then I saw his hand saying like this to come. And so I said, this is beautiful and wonderful, and what words can I have?
Pope Francis called her courageous and urged her to continue her tireless efforts with the Sacred Heart humanitarian mission. More than 20,000 immigrants have received food, water, clothing, and medical care in the last year at the McAllen Respite Center.
Here we have our Holy Father telling us, wonderful work, go on and continue to do what you're doing. It's a blessing, and I'm so happy for his words. I'm so happy for his presence here at Sacred Heart, because it's an encouragement to all of us that we're doing the right thing.
The Holy Father ended the impromptu conversation with a tearful Sister Pimentel by saying, "I love you."
I was overwhelmed with love and unbelief that this wonderful person is telling me, "I love you." I was just so blessed.
And finally, the pontiff spoke to Wendy, a young girl from El Salvador who traveled 26 agonizing days with her mother to the U.S. The 11-year-old sobbed, describing how she and her mother went hungry, were threatened, and nearly drowned during their passage.
They were threatening my mom. And passing through the river.
Wendy also drew a large poster for Pope Francis that said, "Te amo, Papa." She was rewarded with yet another huge papal smile.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
When it was all over, the dazed and emotional audience of about 300 streamed out of the church, still at a loss for words after the live interaction with Pope Francis.
It's an amazing and unbelievable experience, intense feeling.
I was so surprised. I didn't realize he was going to be with us today. It's just incredible. I think it's a real blessing for the whole city of McAllen, and I think everyone here in this building felt very blessed to have the opportunity to hear from him directly and be able to speak with him.
Mayor Pro Tem Aida Ramirez said the Pope's personal message to McAllen reinforced that what the city is doing is the right thing to do.
I don't think you can go any higher. I don't think you can interview anyone higher than the Pope. And just to be here and to be present, it's a historic event, and it is amazing, very emotional just to hear the testimony of these people, the things that they have to go through to come to this country. And it's just a reassurance to our community that we have done the right thing to help our people.
It was history in the making, and once again, McAllen was in the spotlight. For the city of McAllen, I'm Roxanne Lerma Cázares.